communities. Law and order is back in America under President Trump. ICE and federal law enforcement partners just wrapped up a month-long surge operation arresting nearly 1,500 illegal aliens in the Commonwealth of Massachusetts. During the enhanced operation, dubbed Operation Patriot, ICE Boston and other federal law enforcement personnel focused on transnational organized crime, gangs, and dangerous illegal alien offenders throughout Mass. More than half of the nearly 1,500 illegals arrested had significant criminal convictions or charges pending against them. Here are just some of the violent illegal aliens who were removed.
All right. I just want to say how, I'm actually really surprised and happy at the same time about how they're going about this. It was just South Carolina, and I did a video on that. Now it's Massachusetts, and I think it was some other places too, but they're not joking, these states want to play, they don't want to work hand in hand, with ICE. Then, they're going to find a way to get there and, get what they need. And if you're illegal and you're not supposed to be here, if you happen to be there, sucks to suck.
From communities in Massachusetts during Operation Patriot. A Salvadorian national with active Interpol red notice for aggravated homicide. A Guatemalan national and registered sex offender who had pending criminal charges in Boston for 5 counts of indecent assault and battery on a person 14 or over. A Honduran national who was last arrested for rape, indecent assault, and battery of a person 14 or over. A Colombian national charged with kidnapping, aggravated rape, and indecent assault and battery on a person 14 or over. And a Guatemalan national who was convicted of murder in Boston. Also, a Brazilian national who was charged with aggravated rape of a child by force and possession of child pornography. Again, these are people who are living in the Commonwealth of Massachusetts. And lastly, a Salvadorian national whose criminal history includes charges of aggravated rape of a child by force. I don't think anybody in this room wants these types of heinous criminals in your communities. And it's thanks to this administration that they are being removed from our country. And on that same note, there are new crime statistics that show crime is plummeting. In fact, Politico summed it up like this. Murder rates are tumbling across the US in 2025. Homicide stats are down at least 20% over last year. And we could be on course for the lowest number on record. With President Trump in charge, the days of criminals being put over victims are over.
So how can you be mad, right? How can you be mad? Yes, 1,500 illegal aliens was arrested, right? Who had violent crimes or a history of violent crimes. Does that mean all of them did or all of them were violent? No. But being here illegally is illegal. It is an offense, and you will be taken back to your home country. And the thing is, though, is people, y'all have time to figure this stuff out. You feel me? The amount of time y'all spend staying here, ducking the police, working under the table, y'all could literally use that same energy to go wherever you need to get a citizenship while you're here for those years. I don't understand the big problem. People want to make it. Honestly, it's the media. It is the media. I'm gonna show you what I'm talking about. It's the media, though. Take the parts out of these stories that they can use to trick the American people by using emotion to persuade them. You feel me? To be against what's going on right now. All it is emotion, right? None of it is factual. Anytime you hear anybody talk, they say all these things it's just a person doing this, living here, they've been here so long, they've been here 10 years. Yeah, they're illegal, but, they haven't done anything. It's bro, they're what? You can't just skip past over that and like it doesn't matter. It's the main thing. It's literally the main thing that we're going after. Illegals. It don't matter if you've been here 30, 40, 50, 60, 70 years. If you're here illegally, you're illegally.
Immigration and Customs Enforcement announced the arrest of nearly 1,500 undocumented migrants as part of a multi-agency operation in Massachusetts. One of those arrested includes 18-year-old high school student Marcelo Gomes da Silva, who was detained by ICE agents while he was on.
saddest thing about all this is we're raising these kids, right? We're raising our kids in a world where they believe that this is okay. In what country, in what world is open borders okay? In what other country is it okay and acceptable to have millions of people rushing to your country? Some of these people are criminals who have done the most heinous things: child rape, trafficking, murder, and they've done that here or in their home country. People don't want that. Yes, America is home of the free. America is home of the land of opportunity. Yes, we are the place everyone wants to be. I get that, okay? But there are laws. There are laws, okay? Like, these students, y'all cannot go into another school and just start acting a fool and starting food fights. And it's like, you can't, But it's like, to be completely honest, the fact that the school even allowed these kids to even do this, yeah, you have freedom of speech. Yeah, but come on, man. Why are we glorifying people who break the law? Like, I get he's 18, he's been here for 10 years, but his parents brought him here illegally. Apparently. Don't know. Apparently his parents brought him here illegally, right? He wasn't born here, right? And like I said, there are parts in my heart where I feel bad, I'm down, because it's not their fault. You feel me? These kids are getting involved in this, whether they're babies, whether they're infants, whether they're, I get it, I feel bad, you feel me? But it's his parents' fault, you feel me? And you have to go. You feel me? Instead of people protesting against illegal immigrants, why not protest to make it easier for immigrants to get here in America, right? This is a place we want to be, right? This is the place where people want to be. This is the place where where you can make your dreams come true. Okay, so make it a little bit easier, right? We already know the system in general as a whole is a failure. It takes way too long, But there's a lot of people wanting to come here, and sneaking into the country when you're not supposed to, it's just not okay, man. It's just not okay. Like, you're breaking the law getting here, and then you can't be upset. And his dad is the one that they were looking for, right? And he's have yet to show up. So, like, if the parents don't care,
On his way to a volleyball practice on Saturday, students at his high school staged a walkout in protest of his arrest this afternoon. And CBS News immigration and politics reporter Camila Montoya Galvez joins us now in Studio 57 with more on this. And Camila, what do we know about this particular arrest? It was a massive ICE operation.
Yeah, and this is really the latest case at the center of the nation's polarizing debate over how immigration policy should work and who should be arrested by ICE. We know that this teenager from Brazil, who has been living in the U.S. for more than a decade, was pulled over when he was driving to practice.
So you see how they explain these, right? They're twisting the truth so that their audiences can believe, their audiences can have a certain perception of what's going on, right? This isn't like this. If the police, if the governors, if these Democratic representatives, mayors, whatever, okay, if they just work with these people, it would be so much easier. Y'all are causing all this collateral damage because y'all don't want to. Y'all are literally making it worse because y'all don't want to work hand in hand with these people, right? And it's like, are they really wrong? He wasn't at school, right? So they pulled him over. And he was here illegally. Bro, okay, he's a kid. He was doing good in school. Great. I'm glad. That's good. But it sucks to suck, But we gotta follow the laws. You feel me? We can't have special treatment for people that aren't even citizens here. You know how bad that looks on America and how bad that looks for the American people. Like, we're sitting back. People are really sitting back watching this right now. Like, are they really this serious? I've never heard people coming up with so many excuses and reasons why criminals should be able to stay here. Okay. Yes, and I said criminals, right? Not just regular illegals. Illegals too, though, right? You came here legally. Like, come on, man. At some point, you would have known, like, okay, hey, like, I'm here illegally, so I might have to look over my shoulder every now and then because there is going to be a chance that someone may come knocking at my door. Like, when the f*** people just lose common sense, you know?
According to his family, he has no criminal record, despite that ICE arrested him, and top officials confirmed that he remains in ICE custody and that he was not the target of the operation that led to his arrest. They were actually looking for his father, and the vehicle is registered under his father's name. But they said that despite that information, they still took him into custody because he's in the U.S. illegally.
Exactly. He is in the U.S. illegally. Why is it so hard to understand that? It's not even hard to understand that, honestly. It's not hard. It's not. My better question is, why are you guys watering down this? Why are you guys playing down this? You did the exact same thing before he was elected. And you guys are still doing it right now. And you wonder why people aren't, or why people are moving away from you guys, from the Democratic Party, you know, from you liberals, from you left-leaning people, especially you hard left-leaning people. I'm not even going to say left. I'm going to say you far left-leaning people who can't even tell the difference between someone being here illegally and not being here illegally. You feel me? Like, come on. You know, like, the game is over. You feel me? Like, we're watching you guys rip apart the system. Okay? We're watching you tear it apart. We're watching you not care about your own American citizens. I swear, this whole 2 weeks, I've seen nothing related to anything outside of what Trump is doing. Okay? I've covered a couple major news stories. Two recently. Two major news stories happened here in South Carolina that had to do with immigration. People they aren't talking about that. I think Megyn Kelly had made a video, and then like Fox, they probably had recently put out, you know, but like about the mother who died, right, with the 6 illegal immigrants who were involved. You feel me? When they had text messages saying how upset they were that they weren't able to how upset they were that the mission failed. Right? They failed the mission because they killed the person, but they couldn't get in the car. Right? So it was a failed mission, right? Come on now. And it pisses me off every time. And the fact that they're still doing this, like, they are so out of touch with Americans. So out of touch with Americans.
According to ICE, and must face consequences. And this is really emblematic of a dramatic shift in U.S. immigration policy under the second Trump administration, because under the Biden administration, ICE operations were generally limited, Nancy, to arrest of serious criminals, national security
Not
threats.
a high school kid.
No. Beforehand, if you were illegally here, you were getting detained. When Biden was here, if you were here illegally, ICE wasn't just going around being like, "Oh, I'm sorry, you're here illegally, but you haven't committed any crime, so we're just going to let you." No. And that's not how it's happening here. They are asking to arrest the dangerous people that you have sitting in your jails or people that you've released. They're asking for information on these people, and they're asking for you to help them arrest these people, right? All this collateral damage, all this side stuff, right? Like with the terror attack, right? With the bomber, his wife and kids got involved into it, and now they're gone. You feel me? Like, these are all collateral. You feel me? If you would just allow them to come in, pick these people up, get them, it would be so much easier. You wouldn't have ICE officers and police officers and others in the middle of the streets trying to get these people, you know, and pushing off protesters or, you know, these citizens who are trying to stop them from doing their jobs. You know, it would be so much easier if you guys didn't do that. Or it would be so much easier if you guys just helped. But it's like, no, you don't want to. And then you're saying bullshit like this. That's like, oh well, when Biden was in office, their ICE agents they were just going after criminals, and like no, people were going after everyone. If you showed up to your court and if you showed up to your court and they're like, hey, okay, we've concluded that you don't have a valid reason here, right? We've concluded that you don't have a valid reason here. We've concluded that you don't have a valid reason here, and they send you the papers to go back to your country, or they send you the order to go back to your country. You're like, if you overstay, if you don't leave, you are purposely ignoring federal law, right? Because you are in immigration, right? Immigration court, right? They are telling you this. And if they're telling you, hey, you are not allowed to be here, you don't have grounds to be here, you need to leave, and you don't leave, and you stay, you are breaking the law, okay? So I hate how they're like, oh, well, Biden, when he was in office, you feel me? They weren't as aggressive as this. And it's like, bro, it's not even that they're aggressive, you feel me? But they have to do things on their own now.
And recent border crosses and crossers, rather, not high school students and people who have been living here for multiple years without criminal records.
Also, Camilo, dozens, or actually I should say the Homeland Security Department has recently removed its recently published list of sanctuary jurisdictions from its website Sunday. What does that mean? What do we know about this?
Just for context, the Department of Homeland Security, pursuant to an executive order by President Trump, had published this list of cities, counties, and states with so-called sanctuary policies that limit local cooperation with ICE, and the president had instructed DOJ and DHS to file lawsuits and to withhold funding from these jurisdictions as a form of punishment for their immigration.
Look, I honestly don't care why or look, the fact that the fact that they even have something like this on their website is bullshit. It's BS. It's complete BS. Like, come on, you are putting on your website a list of sanctuary jurisdictions, right? So people. So if I was someone who wanted to prove a point to America or any other international political group, right, and I was here illegally, you're telling me I could look up online places where illegals are safe in America. Something that simple, right? And I guarantee you this would have popped up. And I guarantee you it's all over the internet now, right? They can look on these maps, right? And they can look and see, okay, where can I go where I will be safe? You see that? Look how many states there is. That is not okay. That is not okay. Illegals should not be able to look at maps like this and determine, hey, which one of these places would be the safest place for me, right? And Lord forbid they choose a place. Lord forbid they choose a place with strict gun laws. And I'm not, bro, but after that terror attack in Oregon, bro, like that really had me thinking, man, like, bro, like they're planning. You can plan this stuff. You feel me? You can be here illegally. You don't even need a gun. The reason I say a gun-strict city is because abiding citizens are law-abiding citizens, right? If you're in a town, a city, your local, whatever, you feel me, like, and y'all local rules are, hey, no open carry or no concealed carry, or, you know, like, we have limited access to weapons in general, you know, like it is going to make it hard for a good Samaritan, a good citizen to stand up to anyone, to any criminal, whether you're here legally or illegally. It is. And this shit pisses me off. It's disgusting. It's disgusting. I can look on a map and someone can look on a map and decide, like, okay, these places are good for me. Okay, now I know which one is good for me. Which one has the low or the most strict gun laws. Okay. All right. Now, which one of these places can make the biggest boom? You got a lot of big states on here. We got Illinois, Chicago. Chicago is a well-known city. You feel me? We got Georgia. You feel me? We got New York. Nevada, Cali. Colorado, Oregon, you know? These places are where like some major cities are. And if you go, this is just this is wild to me, man.
Policies. This list has now been unpublished, but it is unclear why that is. The department said in a statement that it is reviewing the list and could update it.
And there's a very real possibility you could be back online.
Yes.
All right, Camilo, thank you very much. We appreciate you joining us.
Oh man, that fucking smile, bro. That smile, I do not like that. How can you sit up there and act like nothing is, like, how can you sit up there and just talk and speak as if there is just no issue with anything that you just said? How? Anyone who feels as if they're against America shouldn't be here. Even if you're an American citizen, bro. If you're here and you're not with the American people as a whole, like the majority, like I get it, the minority, people need to speak up for them. No, I get it, okay. But when you're actively promoting when you're actively promoting the actions of criminals here in America that aren't even supposed to be here, I feel like you're part of that. You're part of the problem. You are the problem. You feel like, I don't know. And instead of crying over them, like, why aren't people worried? Like, listen, if you want to make a big deal, if you really want to do something, protest at the freaking immigration headquarters or something. Protest out there. Make it easier for immigrants to be able to come through here. You feel me? Have actual debates with the president, have actual debates with people, okay? Get on YouTube, okay? Make shorts, do whatever you need to. Get on TikTok, put yourself out there, make these things. It is so easy, okay? It is so easy, okay? And if you get enough people around it, and it seems like there are a lot of people around it, you know, you can get judges, you can get these Democratic mayors, these whoever is, you know, for this, okay? Like, have them come together, y'all come together, debate, write out a plan, do something to be able to see what you can do to make the process a lot easier for immigrants to be able to come here legally, right? We don't have a problem with immigrants. We don't have a problem with immigrants at all. It's the fact that people are coming here illegally and then they're staying here, and some people are committing crimes, some people aren't, okay? But you are committing a crime once you come here illegally, okay? You break into someone's house without their permission or without them knowing, it is illegal. It is not okay. All right, just because you've been living there for 10 years doesn't mean like, oh, okay, you're just part of the house now. Like, no, there are rules, there are laws, no matter what country you go to. All right, and these people, they've said multiple times, these people, if you leave on your own, if you just go, you know, you have a high chance of being able to come back. You can literally just come back, self-deport, leave, come back, do it the right way. All right, wait a year or two, whatever, you know, like just do it the right way.